Is it true you weren't always a fan of pumpkin?
Yes, it's very true. When I was in the 2nd grade, I was a brownie. And we had our first Thanksgiving Day skit. And I was cast, well, they were casting the 2nd day, which were pumpkin pies. So I raised my hand and I said, I want to be a pumpkin pie! And number 1, because I knew I got to eat, and number 2, I got to be on stage 11 times. So I ran home and I told my mom, Mom, guess what? I'm going to be a pumpkin pie in the Thanksgiving Day skit. And my mom asked me, what do you have to do? And I said, well, we get to feed each other pumpkin pie. And my mother asked, do you like pumpkin pie? And I said, well, it's pie. So being brownies in 2nd grade, we had no dress rehearsals. And our first dress rehearsal was our performance. And the 2nd day came and we started singing, on the 2nd day of Thanksgiving, my pilgrim gave to me 2 pumpkin pies. And she put the piece of pie in my mouth. I hated it. Oh, I hated it. So each day, up until day 11, I was storing the pie in my cheeks, little chipmunk cheeks, to the point where I couldn't open my mouth anymore. I couldn't sing. The audience was howling. People were crying. I was crying. I hated performing. I hated pumpkin pie. I hated the girl who was feeding me the pumpkin pie. And by the end, I didn't even take my curtain call because it was mortifying. So that was my stage debut and my first taste of pumpkin pie. But there is a silver lining to the story, because years later, I was at a holiday party and a friend gave me a little bar and I tasted it. She didn't tell me it was pumpkin, and I loved it. So the moral of the story is, don't be afraid to revisit things you think you hate, because to this day I still perform and I love pumpkin.